Ladies, if you're over 60 and you've noticed any of these 7 body changes, you need to take off your bra immediately. I'm not saying this to scare you, but rather to protect you. Doctors have started speaking out more about this issue, and after living through some of these changes myself, I wish someone had told me sooner. So don't scroll away. Watch until the end. Change could literally start with what you're wearing under your shirt. And while you're here, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below with this. I wear one daily if you still wear a bra regularly. Let's see how many of us are still doing it out of habit. Let's get started. 1. Your shoulders are always aching or stiff. Let me tell you about a time a few years ago. I'd wake up each morning feeling like I was carrying bricks on my shoulders. I'd rotate my arms, stretch my neck, even massage myself with one of those fancy rollers, but nothing helped. I was convinced it was arthritis or sleeping the wrong way, maybe even the start of frozen shoulder. But you know what I didn't suspect? My bra. See, over the years, our skin thins, muscles lose tone, and bones become more sensitive. The straps that once felt snug in our 30s and 40s now dig in like claws, pulling on delicate tissues and nerves. The longer we wear them, especially those thick-strapped, high-support bras we're told we need after 60, the more we compress the trapezius muscles, and that tension doesn't just sit in your shoulders. It travels up to your neck and down your spine. After switching to a softer, strapless lounge bra at home and skipping the bra altogether for a few hours a day, my shoulder stiffness started to fade. No pills, no therapy, just less pressure. It's not about going braless forever. It's about listening to what your shoulders have been trying to tell you for years. 2. Red lines and indentations that linger. Now, let me ask you something real personal. When you take off your bra, at the end of the day, do you see lines on your shoulders, under your bust, or across your back? Because I sure did. Every evening, like clockwork, I'd peel off that bra and be met with deep red grooves. I used to ignore them, thinking they were just part of the deal. Beauty is pain, right? Wrong. Doctors now say those indentations are a sign of restricted blood flow. They're also an indicator that your lymphatic system, which helps clear waste, toxins, and even supports your immune function, might be getting blocked. Think of your lymph nodes, like little drains around your chest and underarms. Now, imagine squeezing those drains shut for 10 hours a day with tight straps and underwire. Eventually, fluid backs up, swelling sets in, and your body can't clear out the gunk like it's supposed to. For women over 60 whose skin and circulation are already more delicate, these marks could be your body waving a red flag, saying, "Ease up, let me breathe." Now, I opt for looser fits or bralette-style tops. Sometimes I skip it altogether. And those red lines? Gone. 3. You're experiencing shortness of breath. I'll never forget the day I walked up the stairs at the local library and had to pause halfway. My chest was tight, my breath shallow. I'd never smoked. I walked daily, and my heart checks were normal. So what was wrong? Turns out the answer was wrapped around my rib cage. Many bras, especially those supportive underwired ones, compress the lower ribs and limit the expansion of your lungs. That means you're breathing only into the top of your chest instead of letting your diaphragm move freely and fill your lungs fully. It might seem like a small thing, but over time, shallow breathing can leave you fatigued, foggy, and even anxious. And for older women, it's particularly dangerous because oxygen delivery becomes less efficient with age anyway. I did an experiment. I went 3 days without my bra except when leaving the house. On day 2, I noticed I was taking deeper, fuller breaths without even trying. That constant tightness in my chest, gone. Doctors say this is especially important for women with heart, lung, or postural issues. So if you've been feeling breathless, don't just look at your lungs. Look at your bra. for breast tenderness or unusual swelling. Now, this one is a bit uncomfortable to talk about, but we need to, if you've been experiencing tenderness, heaviness, or odd swelling in your breasts, especially later in the day, your bra could be playing a much bigger role than you think. You see, breast tissue is made up of glands, fat, and connective tissue, and it's incredibly sensitive to pressure and inflammation. When you wear a bra that's too tight, has stiff underwire, or compresses the breast from underneath, you interrupt the natural flow of lymphatic fluid. That can lead to fluid retention in the breast, which feels like swelling, aching, and soreness. Some women even report nipple sensitivity, redness, or changes in shape, all because of chronic pressure. I used to think this was just hormonal, part of menopause. But after switching to a soft, breathable bra, no wires, no padding, the soreness began to ease up. A few weeks later, I noticed I wasn't constantly adjusting or massaging my chest just to relieve the discomfort. Now, let's be clear, if you're experiencing severe or sudden changes, you should absolutely see your doctor. But for ongoing, low-grade tenderness that seems to follow your bra schedule, consider this your gentle nudge to loosen up. 5. You have frequent rashes or itchy skin under the bra. Ladies, let's be honest. How many times have you caught yourself scratching right under your breasts or on your back where the band sits? I used to think it was just dry skin. So I'd slather on lotion, switch detergents, even try different fabrics. But nothing helped. It wasn't until I stopped wearing my bra for a few days that I realized something. It was the bra all along. Here's the truth doctors won't tell you unless you ask. That warm, moist area trapped under your bra is a breeding ground for bacteria and fungi, especially if you sweat or live in a humid climate like I do. And once menopause hits, our skin doesn't bounce back like it used to. It becomes more fragile, thinner, and prone to irritation. Wearing a bra that's too tight or made from synthetic materials like polyester or nylon traps moisture right against the skin. That's why you get those angry red rashes, that raw itchiness, or that burning feeling under the band. One summer, I got what looked like a heat rash that turned into a full-blown yeast infection under my bust. Embarrassing? Yes. Preventable? Absolutely. These days, I air out more often, wear natural cotton bralettes, and skip the bra entirely when I'm just at home reading or gardening. My skin's never been happier, and I haven't had a rash since. 6. You've developed poor posture or a dowager's hump. I remember the first time I saw a photo of myself at a birthday party a few years ago. I was hunched, my neck was forward, and I barely recognized the woman I saw. It hit me like a brick. I developed what they call a dowager's hump. Now, posture naturally changes with age, but what many women don't realize is how much our bras contribute to poor alignment. Think about it. A heavy bra with stiff cups and underwire pulls your chest downward. Tight straps anchor your shoulders forward. And the result? You slowly start rounding in, shoulders cave, neck sticking out like a turtle. Add to that weakened back muscles and a soft spine, and it's no wonder we shrink and slump. But once I swapped my structured bras for lightweight ones and took them off whenever I didn't need them, I noticed something surprising. My back started to straighten. My shoulders sat taller. I even started practicing gentle posture exercises every morning, and that hump has softened considerably. Doctors agree. When you allow your body to move freely without artificial restriction, your muscles begin to remember how they're supposed to hold you up. You stand straighter, not because of force, but because you're no longer being pulled out of balance. So if you're starting to feel like you're curling inward, don't just blame age. Blame that bra. That's been doing you no favors. 7. You're constantly adjusting, tugging, or feeling uncomfortable. Let me ask you, how many times a day do you reach under your shirt to adjust your straps, pull the band down, or sneak your finger under the wire to relieve the pinch? If you're anything like I was, it's constant. Every hour, every mirror, every chance you get. Here's what no one tells us. If you're always fixing your bra, your body is rejecting it. It's not you, it's the bra. And that discomfort you've been taught to ignore or push through. It's your body screaming for relief. For decades, I thought this was just the cost of looking presentable, that it was vain or inappropriate to go without. But somewhere along the way, I stopped asking myself if it felt right. And the moment I took a step back, wore what felt good, instead of what looked right, everything changed. I felt lighter. My mood improved. My self-image stopped revolving around how I looked and started focusing on how I felt. That's freedom, my friend. And let me be clear, you don't have to throw out every bra you own, but you can choose to wear them on your own terms. When you want to, not when society expects you to. Your comfort matters. You've spent a lifetime supporting everyone else. Maybe it's time to stop supporting your chest 24/7 and start supporting yourself.